Alright, so, I'm feeling like this is just a really bad time. Everything that's happened over the past few years is just really, really bad. And I think I think it's been very difficult for a lot of people to know what to do and how to behave and how to deal with things and what to believe about what's been going on. And I guess, what I'm thinking about this morning is how much room people get to be obnoxious, right? I mean, how much room do people get to be obnoxious? And kind of the setup for that in the midst of all of this has not really been all that fair. You know, I mean, Kelly Rohrbach, I don't really know what to think. 468, 9. It kind of seems like maybe she's breaking up with Leonardo DiCaprio. It kind of seems like where that's going. And although she's being really very unpleasant right now, and actually has been off and on for quite some time, I feel like maybe you want to give her a break a little bit. You know, in terms of like, no, yes, please stop being obnoxious, but at the same time, like she couldn't possibly really understand. She couldn't really understand what I was talking about, I think, until she actually saw it all kind of happen. And to understand that I'm really not malicious. I'm really trying not to be, you know, sort of just like envious of what other people have. And that I've been going through all of this for 5.5 years, have seen the same cycle happen over and over again, and it was like just really, truly, honestly, like not doing anything except trying to make sure that she both didn't hurt other people and also did not get unduly hurt herself. So I guess my thought about this is how about nobody needs to like praise her for continuing to be as obnoxious as she's being, but if she can cut it out, you know, how about she doesn't start just all of a sudden, you know, stop getting phone calls for working. Like, again, my sympathy for her is somewhat limited because it seems to me she probably has really quite a lot of money and could do kind of anything she wanted to do. But what do you know when you're her age? You know, what do you know when you're her age? And you just like all of a sudden in the midst of a situation that no thank you, if you're asking, definitely not. Gross. Also, like, what do you do if you're like all of a sudden in the midst of a situation where you have no idea, like you have no idea what the truth is of what's happened, right? And so of course the last person you're really going to believe is the person that everyone's saying all these bad things about all the time, and you don't realize that there's really anything more to it than that. So that's kind of my thought about it. You know, I think, and also the person that she chose to date, or chose her, or became, you know, available to, you know, through this, I think it's probably Sports Illustrated, right? I mean, it's just like, I don't know, he tends to choose a lot of women that he dates from those types of situations. You know, Victoria's Secret, Sports Illustrated, like that. It just kind of happened that, you know, how she got there is not so great, in terms of like her name and all that other stuff and what the conglomerate meant by it. But then it's just a question of like, all right, well, she had the right to try out dating him if she wanted to. She went right to the center of like all of it. Like, so one of the most volatile situations in terms of like an individual, where it's been very volatile, like with me, you know, across the country, like that's been screaming and yelling for however many years it is, and there's no way that she could know, right? And so sometimes, you know, when you go right to I don't want to say right to the top, because it's just kind of, things have kind of like just changed a little bit over the past few years. You know, I know he's not like his role in the world has kind of changed to a certain extent, but in terms of like the visibility, sort of the ruckus of everything that happened all around it, yeah, she kind of did, you know. And it kind of would have been the same with almost anyone, but with him in particular, because around me it's been just so difficult for so long. So she didn't really know. She couldn't really know. No one was really going to tell her what happened, like, you know, in terms of me. No one was probably even going to also tell her that there are times when people take me very seriously. And it seems like, you know, if she still wants to be doing this stuff, acting and modeling, falling, as she was almost guaranteed to do, because of just not understanding what's really been going on, was it just, you know, I mean, give her a little bit of a break. I would appreciate if she would stop being so obnoxious, stop trying to steal people's boyfriends, stop trying to throw things in my face, you know, that everybody already knows, you know, as a way to try to save her own career, and just, you know, I mean, just look at all the other women who have done the things that she has done, who got. It didn't work out for them. You know, it didn't work out for them for a number of reasons. One is that I'm not just going to take that stuff. I'm not just going to take that stuff. It's not. I mean, your personal life, especially when you put it out there like that, is just a question. Not just a question of what you feel like doing, but also has a political side to it. This directly has a political side to it, and not just politics, but just like affects the whole world in terms of how I'm personally being treated all the time, right? So yes, I'm going to make examples of those things, and I'm going to say, this is all hypocritical. I shouldn't be getting treated this way, right? And here's another example of how hypocritical it all is I'm not just going to take it, right? I'm not just going to do that because look at what I go through every day, right? And not just me, but like all women. It's about how the government wants to treat all women, right? I lost my train of thought. I'm really tired. But anyway, yeah, she couldn't have known. So hopefully she can stop trying to save herself at my expense, which a lot of people do. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this. Look at all the women who have preceded her, who did the exact same thing, except that they already were established enough that they could recover from it. I mean, really, it's really true. The conglomerate got to be very nasty about Taylor Swift, got to be very nasty about Emma Watson. They keep trying, but they kind of have some room to do that because they have more established careers. And although this woman, Kelly Rohrbach, seems to have a lot, is not worried about, having a roof or where her next meal, where she's gonna get her next meal. It doesn't mean that she should just like have like all the stuff she's worked for the past. She went to school, right? She was a drama major. She tried, and she shouldn't just be kind of like cut right out of everything just because she's as dumb as everybody else. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have a nice way to put it right now. I think it seems to be part of the entertainment industry anyway, that if a powerful man within the industry rejects you, your career can just fall right apart. Depending on where you're already at, it can. His rejection of you can end your career. So I'd rather not that happen to her. Just give her another chance. Keep working if she wants.